Good morning, Rakesh.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Have you done with your assignments?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay. All completed?
Yes, everyone is complete.
Okay, that's good. Can you share your screen?
Yeah, ma'am.
Tell me what are the things you have completed. Good morning, Ashwini. Good morning, Uma.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah. Have you done with your assignments?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
Yes,
morning.
ma'am, it was completed.
Which one? Git.
Yes, ma'am.
What about others? Like three were given, if I'm not wrong. Am I right?
Actually, we deployed Tomcat,
Okay.
node server, but whenever we are trying to deploy war file from Jenkins to Tomcat, it was failing.
Sorry, you are not audible.
When we try to deploy war file into Tomcat by using Jenkins, so in deployment stage, it was failing.
Okay. What's the error? Have you installed Tomcat server properly with the help of Ansible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It was installed.
Then
Actually,
where you are
ma'am,
getting error?
ma'am, actually, by using the SCP, secure copy,
Ah.
it is copying to the
So it was
Tomcat.
deployed.
Okay.
But when we were trying with Jenkins, it was failing.
Actually, we are trying with Jenkins pipeline.
Okay. So, like manually you have done by using SCP command. Am I right?
Yeah,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
Okay. And via Jenkins, it is not working, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So, have you configured Ansible in your Jenkins?
Actually, we configured both Jenkins and Ansible in the same server.
Jenkins and Ansible you have installed in the same server.
Yes, ma'am.
But we need to configure now again. See, Jenkins is a different server. Am I right? And what we need to do, we need to configure Jenkins with Ansible so that we can execute Ansible commands via Jenkins. Am I right?
No,
So we
actually,
need.
flow was like that, but we configured both Jenkins and Ansible in the same server.
Okay. Uh-huh.
We didn't take a different servers for Ansible and Jenkins.
Okay. So you have done everything in the same thing. Okay. Can you share your screen, someone? Before that, let's first of all, have you got the ticket, Zira ticket?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone like check that ticket?
So, like architecture design and infra creation.
Correct, correct. Can someone share me the screen with the Jira ticket? Actually, that dashboard, I don't have access to the Jira dashboard. So today I cannot explain, but meanwhile, if possible, Shankar will join and he will explain. But let me show that first of all. Someone please share your screen with the Jira ticket, whatever you got.
Ma'am, can you please give me access to share?
Yeah. I have given access.
Ma'am,
Okay, so this is the first task. I think so. I think everyone got the same task if I'm not wrong. Isn't it Rakesh? Uma?
Yeah, ma'am.
yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So this is like a Jira dashboard, and through this Jira, you will get the ticket. Ticket is nothing but task which you want to perform. So the project which we are going to cover, like here we are going to cover 4 projects. One is the insurance project. Another second project is we have a banking related. Third project we have a SSL certificate attaching certificate to your website to your server. Okay, like securing your website from HTTP to HTTPS. That is your third project. Fourth project is um, yeah, fourth project is a simple CI/CD flow. Like by using Jenkins, you need to create one CI/CD. One application is there. And for fifth project, it's a big project. It is a 3-tier application with multiple services in that. So actually, we are going to use AWS, like EKS services from AWS. And by using EKS services, we are going to deploy the application in EKS cluster. Okay. So here Terraform, EKS cluster monitoring, everything will be there. Like for monitoring, we are going to use Prometheus, Grafana. Then for cluster creation, we are using Terraform. Like we will not create cluster manually, EKS cluster. So we are going to use Terraform to create that cluster. And then let me show you projects, guys, instead of telling you manually. So this is the way you will get the tickets. Am I right? Fine. So what next you have to do, that will be explained by yeah, that will be explained by Shankar. So meanwhile, let me explain you this insurance project so that you can able to understand properly what exactly things you have to do and how the flow will be. Okay, this is an actual real-time insurance project, so everything will be there, like generating CI/CD, deploying this application on one of the server. But in the first project, as this is a basic project, so we are not going to implement Kubernetes in this. Except Kubernetes, all other tools will be included. Okay. So like this, you will get task. So we will try to finish this first project within the first week. Now you need to you need to design architecture for this. I will show you architecture, but again you need to create that architecture and infra creation you need to do. Infra creation, that means whatever basic setup required. For example, to run this project, to develop CI continuous integration, we need to install Jenkins server. So here, first thing what you need to do, you need to take EC2 instance. We will note down steps. I will tell you, instead of telling here, I will write down somewhere. Okay. So this is the first thing you got: architecture, design, and infra creation. So you need to design architecture. I will show you architecture, but you just try to design on your own way. Okay. So draw.io you can use to draw the architecture. That is in diagram. That is for understanding purpose. So by following that diagram, you need to do the rest of the work. Okay. And infra creation is nothing but setup, making your server ready. Whatever basic tools we need to do, like installation of a Docker, installation of Maven, installation of Git, all this infrastructure we are going to create as a first task. Okay. So you stop sharing. I will share my screen. Let me explain you this insurance project. I hope everyone got the ticket. Okay, these are the 5 projects. Actually, one is not included in this. So this is the first project. Just see the architecture diagram. Okay. So this is an insurance project actually. Some changes I need to do it. So here, in your GitHub repository, source code will be available. Okay. Whatever source code required, that will be provided by me. I will share you GitHub repository. The first thing you need to do is that you need to clone that GitHub repository and you need to pull that code. You need to execute that code on your own server on your local system, and you need to generate jar file. That is the first task you need to do. Okay. So here on the GitHub repository, all source code will be available. So what we need to do? I hope my notepad is visible to everyone.
Yes.
So first project that we are going to execute is insurance. Insurance project, okay, that we are going to implement here. Now, in this insurance project, the source code of the project will be available on GitHub repository. Okay, GitHub repository. So first thing what we need to do is that you need to pull the code from GitHub URL. So, or instead of pull, you can clone it. Okay, so URL will be provided by me, but you see, first you need to clone that you need to clone that repository in your local system. After cloning, execute that code in your local system. Okay, in your local system. So this is the second task. First, you need to clone that code from the URL which is provided by me. This is my repository URL, but I don't want to use my repository in your project. What you have to do? You need to clone that URL, execute that project on your local system. And after generating jar file, after executing the project on your local system, you need to push that code in your own repository. Push code in your own repository. Okay. So in Jenkins file, you have to use your own repository. This is the first task you need to do. And this is today's task, guys. Okay. Task 1. So first you need to clone URL, which is provided by me. After cloning, just try to execute that project. It is a basic project. So to execute this project, which tools we require to install on your local system? Anyone? First of all, to clone this repository URL, which software you required, which tool you required? Git. Okay, you need to use Git on your local system. So in your local system, Git should be installed. Okay. So local system, it is not like exactly your local system. You can take any EC2 instance. You can consider that EC2 instance as your local instance. And on that EC2 instance, you can install Git. And to execute that code, what we require? Maven. Am I right? To execute that code to generate artifact, what we require? We required Maven. Am I right? This is to check whether the code is working properly or not. These things, these steps we are doing to check whether the code is working properly or not. So here what you need to do, you need to install Maven, and Maven is built on which tool? Which language?
Java language.
Java, correct. So you need to install Java. Before installing Maven, you need to install Java. Check the compatibility. Like if you are using Maven 1.8, Java 1.8, which Maven version required? You can check it. Okay. Based on the compatibility, you can install Maven as well as Java. Then next, after installing this software, what we need to do? You need to execute the code by using mvn clean mvn package, and then mvn package, mvn compile, and then mvn package. Okay. After generating artifact, just try to check whether the artifact is executing. So which command will be used to check whether the jar file or var file, whatever you are generated, whether that file is exactly working properly? Which command we are using? Anyone? So here by using mvn package, we have generated some artifacts. It can be .jar, it can be .jar, or it can be .var. Am I right? So how to execute this .jar or .var file? Anyone?
So you can use class path method for jar file.
Sorry.
We can use class path method to execute jar file.
Okay, either you can use class path. First of all, check if class path is already set, it will not give you any error. Simply you can use java-jar.
Jar.
Correct. In target folder, we have a file name. Something will be like some file project name .jar. Okay, something will be there. So this name can vary. It can be anything. Okay. So java-jar target / project.jar. If it give error, which error it will give if class path is not set? No manifest file error it will give. Okay, that means it is not able to find main method. Okay, what this error means? Not able to find main method. So what we need to do? We need to tell about where actually our main method is residing. So in that scenario, if you are getting this error while executing, if your class path is not, if you got this error, what we need to do? We need to use command java. Anyone?
C3.
Next.
Target
Correct.
/ cause.
It can be in extension jar or no. Okay.
Go on.
Correct. So this will be the scenario. This error you may get. This is the only possible error you will get while executing, because all code is working properly. I will show you that code also. I will show you output also. Don't worry. Okay. I will show you execution in my local system. Don't worry about that. So after executing jar var file, what you need to do? You need to push that code in your own repository. So here what we need to do? Create repository in your GitHub account. Okay. Create repository in your GitHub account. That is first task you need to do. And then push code into your GitHub repository. Now push all the code, like including your jar file and including your target folder, everything, whatever code you have, try to push all code into your own repository. So here you will get your own repository. Now the same repository, GitHub URL repository you are going to use in your Jenkins file. Okay. So up till now everyone is clear. You need to install Git, Maven, Java, and then next one more task you need to do. Take either same EC2 instance or you can take another EC2 instance. So create one EC2 instance. Create EC2 instance and install Jenkins server on that EC2 instance. Create EC2 instance and install Jenkins server. And next you need to configure your Jenkins server. Everyone knows how to configure Jenkins server?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I think this is the easy step. No, there is no issue. Okay. So you can create EC2 instance, install Jenkins server and configure Jenkins server. Okay. So by default, what is the port for your Jenkins server? Anyone?
8080.
Correct. So it can be your IP address colon 808080. Okay. This is the URL you will get for your Jenkins server. And the first step you have to do is that git checkout. What is meant by git checkout?
Switching. Yes.
So here, the basic things we will do first of all. So you got the Jenkins server, and when the Jenkins server dashboard is accessible, what you need to do next? Next, you need to configure tools. Okay, global tools. Global tools. What global tools we need to configure? Anyone? Now see, I want to pull from GitHub repository and I want to build the project. So which tools we need to configure initially?
Git and Maven. Java.
Sorry, you are not audible, guys.
Maven, Java, Git.
Correct. So you need to configure these tools in a global configuration. Okay. So Git, Maven, and Java. I think so everyone knows how we can configure these things. We will see again. Okay. I will show you these things also. So this is the first day task. Everyone is clear about the first day task?
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Fine. So let me show you output and how to execute the code. Okay. So URL I will provide you. Don't worry about GitHub URL I will provide you. Meanwhile, let me show you the project. So I hope my VS Code is visible to you. Is it visible, guys?
Yeah, ma'am.
VS Code.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So this is the insurance project. The output of this insurance project is I have executed in my own system. Okay, so this is the insurance project. This is a Spring Boot project. Okay, this is a Spring Boot project. Everyone knows how we can execute the Spring Boot project. So in the Spring Boot project, main file we have a SV source and the in the source we have a main and test file. So here in the main folder your actual code is available, and in the test folder your test cases will be available. Okay, so this is the overall your project. This is the source folder. In the source folder, you will have your main folder and test folder. Okay. Main folder will have your Java file as well as resource file. This is your Java file, which we are going to execute. And then in the resource file, you will get your static, okay, static pages. So HTML is the static pages. I think so everyone knows about.html, contact.html. This is for the GUI purpose, okay. It is like a front end of your application, GUI pages. Contact.html, index.html, news.html, service.html. Okay, these are the static pages. And then we have a application.properties. So here you can write the configuration of your project. So in this project, we are going to use H2 database. Okay. H2 database is the in-memory database for your Spring Boot. So usually, if it is a 3-tier application, we have a front end, we have a back end, and we have a database layer. Like that, we have a 3 layers for your every application. Okay. So if it is a 3-tier application, this will be your front end. Okay. Then you have a back end, and then you have a database layer. Okay, these are the 3 layers we have. So in the database layer, here we are going to use in-memory database, that is H2 database. Okay, and this H2 database we are going to embed in a Spring Boot framework. So how we have embedded Tomcat? If you remember in the last session, we have seen how we can embed Tomcat server, how we can embed Maven into the framework. Same way, this H2 database, it is called as an in-memory database. H2 database, we are going to embed into this Spring Boot framework. Okay, so separate database is not required because here we are going to use H2 database, which is embedded into this application itself. Okay, I will show you dashboard for this H2 database. Don't worry, guys. So this is your front end layer, this is your back end layer, and this is your database layer. Now, front end layer will provide GUI for a user to access that GUI. Backend layer is contain actual logic of your application, like how to fetch the data from the database, how to provide data to your front end layer. These all tasks will be done by this backend layer. It is also called as a logic layer, or you can also call it as the middleware layer, or you can also call it as a backend layer. So multiple names are there. Here your actual logic will be there. This is your GUI, like I have shown you here. In the static pages, we have some HTML pages that will be considered as your front end. Then backend is logic layer that is available in your main folder under Java. Main, in that Java folder we have that is your actual logic layer, and H2 database we are going to add it as a dependency because we are going to use in-memory database. So this is the actual architecture of your insurance application. We have a 3 layers: front end, back end, and database layer. Understood everyone, guys?
Yeah, ma'am.
So let me show you your home.xml file, which is very important. So here we are not going to use any separate server. Tomcat will be embedded into Spring Boot. Maven will also embedded into Spring Boot, and H2 will also embedded into Spring Boot. So we are embedding these servers or these softwares into Spring Boot. What does it mean? We are going to add dependencies in the home.xml file. Am I right? How we are embedding these things? We are adding dependency in the home.xml file. Am I right, guys?
Yeah,
How
ma'am.
we are adding Tomcat into the Spring Boot framework? By adding Tomcat dependency into home.xml file. By adding Maven dependency into home.xml file. Similar way, H2 dependency will be updated into home.xml file. Okay. Let me clear screen. You can see here. So this is the actual source code. You can see now. This is a policy, insurance policy controller, repositories, and application. You can see. Okay, this is the actual main class. This is a policy.java. You can see. Some argument we have passed. No need to understand this is a Java code, so no need to understand this code thoroughly. Okay. So here we are calling methods. You can see. So this we are calling here methods, and we are returning output of this method. So no need to understand the code thoroughly because as a DevOps engineer, no need to go in detail. Okay. So super is a calling your main method, which is also called as a constructor. So here we will not go in a detail, the source code. And we have a target folder. So target folder, let me delete it. How we can delete the target folder and existing things? So here, the port on which our application is running, that is mentioned here, server.port. So which port on our application is executing, application is running? That is a 8081. You can see. Yeah, and this port we are going to configure in application.properties file. And here we have enabled the console for H2 database. Okay, H2 database console we have enabled, as well as the port, your server port or the port on which your application is running, that we have configured here, that we have mentioned here. So 8081 is the port where your application is executing, where our application is running. Okay, so let me open terminal. Let me show you execution. Here we don't have a home.xml file. So make sure that you execute all Maven command in the folder where your actual home.xml file is available. Yeah, here our home.xml file is available. So you can see Ansible playbook is also written here, so that you can directly configure in a server. Docker file is also there. So right now, don't go to these files, guys. Okay, don't touch these files. Just do the basic things. In tomorrow's session, I will see how we can create Docker file and how we can configure server with the help of Ansible. These things we will see in the tomorrow session. But right now, in today's session, don't touch these files. Okay. And also don't go with this Jenkins file also. Just do the basic things. Okay. We will go step by step, slowly. Okay. So here, this is your project. In this project, we have home.xml file. Let me show you home.xml file also. Where it is, home.xml file. Here. So this is the home.xml file. You can see. So compiler we have used as 1.8. So make sure that your Java version should be 1.8. Otherwise, compilation error it will give you. Because here we have mentioned compiler as 1.8. If you have 1.7, then change this compiler. Again, it is depend on your Java version. Check Java version in your system, and according to that, update this compiler. By default, it will come as a 1.7. And in my system, I have used a 1.8. Okay. Otherwise, it will give you compilation error. Even while configuring tools in a Jenkins
So,
server.
am I audible, ma'am? Just a second.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So I'll share the screen, and from tomorrow, like today, I'll assign the tickets. You can report to ma'am actually. So just a second, ma'am. Allow multi-screen share.
Yeah, I already have allowed screen sharing.
You cannot start while. Yeah, you can stop your screen. So we have started around 4 projects were there. So I'll try to assign, and I hope everyone have received the things actually. All of the things. So this is the project. So infra creation tickets, on a general note, like we will be having the same kind of things. So what sort of issues, history, workflow. So assign it to this particular ticket. I'll try to assign to ma'am or something Ashwini. So let us say, I don't know. Yeah. So assign and reporter to ma'am you can have. This is your one itself, right, ma'am?
Yeah. That's me.
So priority, all of the things, it depends. So whenever ticket comes generally in office, so ticket will be raised if they got stuck up, and they'll try to keep high, low, medium, lowest or P1. We'll try to create, and once you start date working, everything should be specified. So whenever you are trying, I have allocated this particular installing all what need to be deployed, to the project. Sorry, it's wrong. Yeah, so you can specify, and if you got stuck up at any point, and we can have multiple hierarchies as well. I did not design still. So I had just created the tickets, and I guess, so I'll try to assign all of the things, and me and ma'am, and you can have this particular thing URL. So everyone will be able to, hope everyone is able to log into the particular things, right? So you have got an invite as well. So I have sent the invite to Ashwini, Rakesh, and the ma'am. Are you able to get the things? I have pasted URL. Can you check and let me know?
Yeah, I got actually.
So ma'am will be handling. You all can. I'll try to create the tickets, and we will try to allocate to the people. And you can report to the things. And I'll try to add one more thing. So while you are working, to do things will be there. In progress will be there. Pending will be there. Completed will be there. Done. Okay. So extra things if you want, I'll try to add. And like if there are something bugs or issues or anything, I can add to do or pending list next sprint. Okay. As of now, I had planned only one sprint. So I want everything from end to end. We have all of the projects, right? On similar basis, how the things will work every sprint. So whenever particular feature is being released, so like we had worked for NTTPC project. NTTPC is my first project actually. NTTPC. If we try to see, so it is kind of a SaaS-based product. So this language conversion is there, right? So which was there initially with English itself. So we had converted all of these to Japanese and everything. So you can take, this is a very, very, very big project actually. Very, very big project, and it is a Microsoft certified one. So okay. So we had changed the portals, everything. So like on daily basis, they will request. So for this particular conversion, and we don't know what. So for language conversion, if it is something Telugu or Hindi or something, we could have done easily. But this requirement took many days for us to convert the thing. Other things we are able to do. So we had Node.js in the background. So all of the things will be raised as a ticket. So conversion, payment in tables. So everyone will have the tickets actually. So every day the Scrum gets started around at 10 for us, or sorry, 9:30. It was around long back. So different timings will be there as per the company standards. 9:30 to something 10. Half an hour itself will be there. And you will be, generally people will be asking what you have done for today, what are all the things which were pending to do. Okay, are there any blockers, and what is your status? You should tell. Every day you will have deployments. Okay, generally in our organization, every day we used to have deployments, and we used to tell them, yeah, this is what the deployment which we are working on, and we had worked yesterday on this particular thing, and we are about to do to like I have sprints or scrums for tomorrow, something I need to work on this. I need to prepare. Everything will be specified even as per, and you will be assigned as a, like you will be given as assignee. So here we'll try to create ticket, something documentation. Uh, so we will be having Confluence and wiki pages as well. I'll try to show that. Here we used to do all of the things. So whenever a new particular or a person joins in all of our organization, we will give KT sessions. Okay. So whenever my last company, we used to have around 12 freshers. Okay. Freshers in the sense 3 to 4 years experience, 4 years, around 4 years. And anyway, we had fired all of the people, only 2 people were there. Yeah, that's a different story. So we used to allocate, we used to share the KT, we have recordings, all of the things. Recordings will be there with respect to the organ, like the project, what is this project is all about, and how we are trying to give the support to that particular, and what is the client requirement. So what is the infra, everything will be specified here. Okay. In Confluence and wiki pages are 2 things where you will try to maintain each and everything in detail. And whenever you got stuck up in any of the point, like it can be trouble with respect to huge problem you might have in between. So once you resolve that particular thing, okay, what happens on immediate basis, we'll try to write some of the things. Okay, we'll try to write on what particular, it is all about documenting. Okay, we will document all of the things what need to be there. Just a second, yes, it is loading. On clear basis, you should document it. So in SRE roles, we will try to maintain on a clear documentation. Okay, all the documentation will be there already. What is the service level agreement? Okay, when what is the point at which time, I mean, we should resolve that issue? What is the downtime? We can take all the things will be there, including infra, including issues. Okay, all the things will be there, and after KT sessions will be there with some recordings around like 20 or 30 recordings, all the things, and they will share some of the things with respect to Coursera and Udemy and all of the things. Or some people will share, and some people will, you can just, even if you don't have idea. So let us say I just worked on Jenkins. In your organization, they will tell, I don't want these all things. I just want Azure DevOps. We are using Azure DevOps in our project. Okay. So once you say this, so all the documentation related to Azure, everything will be there, and you should prepare all of the Azure DevOps by your own. And you can take something buffer gap for 45 days or something. Once you are into the project, you can have some time, like if you are heavily experienced, like 8 years or 7 years, they'll give you 3 weeks or 2 weeks, something to understand the thing, so that because you will be all in a position to understand automatically. And if you are something 4 years or something 5 years, so they'll give some 30 days or 45 days in order to get all of the access, project mails, details, everything, all of the things itself. You will be having time of 20 days to 30 days. So, and rest, like it will take 45 days. In this 45 days, you should be ready with all of your things. So and nowadays, all people are looking, on day one itself, we will be assigning the tickets, something like that. That will never happen generally. So you'll have decent time, around 30 days. 30 days. So creating knowledge-based collaboration across teams. This one, you can have anything you can come to, if you can. So you can invite, let me invite. So I'm sharing the link, guys. You can copy all of these links. Okay, after meeting, you can just click. Okay. So you can write here all of the things, pages, creating the documentation, whiteboards or blocks or anything. So ITSM management, we will try to call, and many other things will be there. So here we will try to do the documentation, right? And we will be assigning the things. So this is how we will try to write tables or something. So we'll try to assign the things. So project name, like microservice name. Okay. And like used to have previous company Excel sheet or something. So you'll have like monitoring enabled, something clear basis. They'll ask sometimes, at times, I want clear how many services are being getting monitored. What is the things, okay, enabled. So something microservice environment, something. You'll try to specify, you'll try to check each and every server, you'll try to log in, and you will try to update the status, right? Like the service name is auth, okay, and you will try to specify the status. Yes, it is monitoring, is done with respect, and the components that have installed, you can have one more column, right? Uh, yeah. Currently, and again, you'll try to publish, and so, and you'll try to share the things. Okay, add title before probably. Yeah, you can give the title from monitoring. You'll try to give, okay, Anyone can view and edit. We'll try to publish all of these things and you'll try to share this to your team. Okay. And they'll try to see. So I'll try to assign the tickets guys from today itself. Ma'am, you can show all of the 4 projects for them and we will try to design the sprints. And same things you can replicate this in office as well. So we used to do this, all the things on same basis, whatever you try to do now, you can explain and still classes like mock interviews or how you can enhance. Here we cannot show all of the things. Okay, it is not simple documenting of because you will have loads and loads of servers. Here we can show 1 server or 2 server monitoring is enabled or path of that particular script or script in order to automate. So some few tickets we can show and rest of the things as well, like for 100 servers, 200 servers, you should log in into that and you should write the status. And this particular reporting is there, right? You should write, you should, once you close your ticket, you should tell the people, just check the things and you will be having, right? You will be assigning. So here, everyone, Ashwini should report to the thing. So here you will try to, you can change the status here. Okay, it is done or so whatever it might be. Okay. And once you'll try to write some of the comments if you got stuck there and you can comment that workflow. If you try to see, this is, I have not designed. Okay, fine. It is only there to change. Fine, fine. I'll try to design and everyone is able to log in. So I'll try to design the workflows and sprints and scrums. So ma'am will just, this is just a ticketing tool, guys. So actually, first you should majorly focus on project ones and the tasks actually. It is just a representation of all of your tasks. That's it. Jira or ServiceNow or like you will have many other things. Okay. So where the status will be represented. So you'll have many of the developers, right? It will be very difficult for you to manage. Here we are having only few people. So Scrum Master will be there generally, and his salary will be also very decent. Scrum Master role salaries, what you'll be having 5 years plus experience, and it is very easy role actually. If you try to see ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10 lakhs, 10 lakhs. Yeah, you'll have decent salaries here. And as we are startup, actually, our project manager itself used to play a role, architect and scrum master and many other things. So we will be playing this kind of role as of now. He will be assigning the tickets. You can say Scrum Master used to assign the tickets, and we used to report every day. He will be logging and he'll be asking the status field. Okay, so generally, not people will be there in these kind of Scrum Masters or the thing is for them to address, like they should complete. They should, the people will be back of you. Is this completed or not? What is the status of this ticket? Okay. Yeah, fine, guys. I'll try to allocate all of the tickets. I just want to show because I might be occupied. Like, lot many other people are also coming. So just I will try to assign. You just copy those 2 links, and by evening I'll try to allocate. And all of the 4 projects, I'll try to allocate all of the tickets. So every day you should do all of the tickets, and you should report. The Scrum meeting gets started as well. We'll try to intimate the time, me and ma'am, and all the tickets will be handled by ma'am itself. Okay, I might not involve. Yeah, fine, ma'am. You can continue the things after the class. I'll try to discuss with ma'am, and we will let you know what sort of tickets, and you can share all of your mail IDs. All the 4 projects will be designed, and within 1 month you should complete all of the things, and we will be there to assist you guys. This is not kind of a spoon feeding or something. You should try it out. You should do all of the things, whatever end to end, all of the projects. And whenever you got fail, you can show us actually. You can show us, we will help you out. We will not do. Okay. Even ma'am is telling the things, even if I'll try to stop, ma'am, you can stop all of the things. Only ticket basis you can assign, ma'am. I'll tell you what tickets you can assign them or on within a day, and you can design your things and you can assign to them. So they will work out they will try to do all of the things end to end. Just comment it if you got stuck up, and we will try to design the Slack channel as well. Yeah, that's what I just want. You can continue, man. Thanks, yes. Thanks for all of your time.
Yeah, thank you very much, Shankar. Actually, first project, so we will finish first project and then rest 3 project, we will give them tickets. We will plan in such a way. So they will understand the flow actually. If initially only all 4 project we dump on them, they may get confused. So what we will do, first we will complete first project and then all project we can do at a time.
Yeah, ma'am. This is Ramesh. Hello.
Yeah, Rakesh?
Actually, we don't know the flow, ma'am. Actually, we don't know how to integrate. For that only we joined in this project classes.
What do you?
Actually assigning the tickets also we don't know how to do. In first project
Yeah.
you
Don't
put in
worry,
our
Rakesh. What I'm trying to say is that tickets will be assigned by us, okay, not by you. You need to complete the task. So ticket is nothing but simply what task you need to complete today. What is the Jira software? It will help us to maintain the flow. Like what task you need to finish today, that task will be provided through this ticketing tool, through this Jira software. So don't get something like we are going to do something innovative, something not like that, okay? Basic thing is that what task you need to complete today, that task will be provided you through Jira software. That is the only thing. Okay. Don't feel too much confused or something like that. So here, what is first task? That creation of infrastructure, that you need to set up your infrastructure. So it can be a Jenkins, Maven, these tools you need to install it. Whatever I have explained just now, isn't it? So infra creation is the first task which is assigned to you. Tomorrow may ask you to write the pipeline script. So in the pipeline script, you need to mention the stages. So first stage will be check out your code. Okay. Second stage will be like build your project. Third stage will be build a Docker image of your project. Fourth stage will be something like publish your image onto the Docker Hub repository or maybe ECR repository. So fifth stage maybe just pull that image and like create the container. So these kind of a task will be there and that task will be assigned to you through Jira ticket. That is the only thing we are going to do. And these tasks are very easy. I will tell you flow, everything I will tell you. Just the thing is that you need to execute the task. Like just now I have shared this notepad. Let me show you again. So see, this is the task which I have given for today. What is this? Task 1. Okay. So instead of explaining here what I will do, we will give you that task through Jira ticket and to morning we will have one scrum meeting. So we both will, me and sir, Shankar sir, we both will decide timing. According to that timing, you need to join the meeting. You need to update like what is the status of yesterday's task, and I will explain you like what task you need to do it today or what task you need to complete it today. So as I have given, this is first task. So I think so it sounds very easy. Am I right? Rakesh,
yes, yes.
is this easy? So this is your first task.
Yes, ma'am. You can do it.
Like this, all tasks will be there. So first project I will explain you in detail. Second project I onwards, only the task will be provided through Jira. Am I right? As this is
Yeah,
the
okay.
first project, I know it is difficult for you to understand. So first task, first project, I will explain you in detail. But second project onwards, only the that task will be provided or the ticket will be provided. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
fine. Now any doubt?
No.
Do you want to add any point? Shankar, are you there? Do you want to add any point?
He is not there. Someone has came next. He is not.
Okay, fine, no problem. So this is the first task. I think so everyone understood. If you want, you can take a picture of this. Okay, if you want, let me know. So see, we were here in the pom.xml file. I hope my VS Code terminal is visible to everyone. Okay, this
Yeah,
is your Yeah, this is your pom.xml file. So this is a compiler. So make sure that the Java version you have installed, the compiler version should be same. Otherwise, maximum people will do the error here itself. What they will do? They may install Java 1.7 and the compiler will be 1.8. Okay. So just check your Java version and this compiler version. It should be matching. Otherwise, you will get the compilation error. Okay, just try to read the error. Even though if you got some error, try to do some R&D for that error. Just go to the Stack Overflow or some other places are also there. You can go and search about that error. Okay, you need to do some R&D. So the JPA, this JPA is required for your H2 database. You can see here I have added the dependency for your H2 database. Okay, then your web application. Then next, I told you for your test server, we have this dependency for your test cases. And here for your Maven, this is the dependency which we are going to use. Okay, so we have all the dependency updated into pom.xml file. Let's try to execute this project. So the first task, what we have to do, we need to delete the existing target folder. How we can delete? Anyone? Which command we are going to use?
MVN clean.
Correct. So you can see clean command executed successfully. MVN.
Ma'am, the VS Studio code is not visible to us. Only that file task one is visible.
Okay, let me share it with you.
Still it's
Yeah, let me share it with you. Okay, so you can see MVN clean command worked properly. Now MVN compile. Compiling your project source code as well as test cases of your project. We have a 5 files, compiling 5 source file, and that will be added under the target folder under the classes. So all class file like binaries of the source code will be added under this folder. Compilation is successful. Let me generate the artifact by mvn package command. So these are the all tasks you need to do, guys. First, it is the first day and first project, so I'm explaining everything. So it is downloading all the required dependency in your local .m2 folder, that is your local repository. You will able to see now target folder will get generated. This is the target folder. Okay. Under the target folder, you can see classes, generated source code, test cases, surefire report, Maven status, and this is the jar file which got generated. Insurance-me-1.0.jar. And you can see here, this is the jar file location. Okay. So let me execute this code. So how we can execute Java -jar. Am I right? Under target folder, we have a insurance dot. Okay. You can see we didn't get any error regarding class path. That means main folder, main file is already available. Now I already shown you like what is the port for your application, that is 8081. You can check it here also. So you can see the inbuilt server which we have used is the Apache Tomcat. So you can read out Apache Tomcat is running on which port. That will be visible here. You can check out. Application failed to start, maybe because already it is running. Let me check out the error. What is the issue? Web server failed to start on 808 port because it is already in use. Okay, I think so. Maybe somewhere it is there. 8081. Yeah, so application is already running on the port 8081. Okay. So this is already running. That's the reason it is not started it again, but it is already running. You can see. So this is the Insurance Me application. This is a home page. Then about page, services page, contact us page. As I told you, we have a static pages, which is just a GUI. You can check this application. So home insurance, health insurance, car insurance, life insurance, everything is there. And here you
Ma'am,
can
actually we are unable to see.
let me share it again, guys. Are you able to see now? So you can see local host, that is IP address of my system where actual application is running, and port is 8081. As I mentioned here, you can see application.property. Here you will find out the port, not it. Here the Tomcat server where it is running now, in that Tomcat server also it will be running. It will be available. You can see 8081 Tomcat server. Tomcat server. Yeah. See, embedded Apache Tomcat server. Are you able to see this, guys? Embedded Tomcat server, Tomcat web server, it is running on 8081 port. Are you able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So it's already running. That's the reason again it is not yet started. Let me show you. Let me remove this index.html page also. So this is your IP address of your system. If it is an EC2 instance, you need to provide your public IP address and the port number, that is 8081. Now our application is running successfully. You can see. So these are the static pages which we have created: home page, about page, then a news page, contact us page. You can see. And here you can update your details also. As it have a in-memory database, that means your data will be volatile. So until and unless your application is running, data will be available. Once you stop your application, database will be deleted. This is just this project is for like educational purpose. That's the reason only in-memory database is added here. So if I update details even, you will able to see the message will be saved. So this data will be saved until and unless your application is running. Once you stop the application, data will be erased. That is nothing but volatile data. Okay, volatile data means data will be erased when the application is stopped. So you can see message sent, that means data saved into your database. Okay, this is your application. Now I want to show you database console. So here, as I have enabled H2 console, so you can type H2-console. That is one page. This one. Yeah, this is your database page, database console. So you can see database driver class is org.h2.driver. This is the database driver that they have used, the database URL. So JDBC in Java, JDBC bridge will be used to connect your database. So JDBC H2 and test name of your user SA. Password we have not provided. That's the reason it is giving some red lines in your pom.xml file, because it is showing that security is not yet provided, but we kept a minimal security. Fine. So test connection, you can see. Yeah, we have not added any data right now. We need to create it. So it is then it will show. Otherwise, it will not show any database. Okay. So this is a H2 database console page, and this is your actual application which is running properly in your server. Okay. So application is created. So what you have to do today, You have to get this output. Okay, on your local system, you need to get this output. Along with that, now here this application is working successfully. So next, what you need to do, you need to push this code onto your GitHub repository. So create one GitHub repository and try to push this code as it is in your repository. Okay. So up till now, you can complete as a today's task. So is there any doubt in this, guys?
No.
Let me share you URL. Okay, let me transfer. Okay, this is the project. Okay, let me share you URL. Just give me a moment, guys. Are you able to see Notepad++?
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am.
Let me share this here. So this is the URL. Or else let me share in the chat box also. You can take it either you can take it from this notepad or else it is also available in chat box. You can check it guys. Got it? Everyone clear about today's task?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any doubt in it?
Ma'am, I didn't get the ticket, ma'am.
Uma, you didn't get the ticket? Okay,
Yes.
send me your URL, sorry, mail ID. Or
Okay.
send your mail ID to Shankar. Do you have Shankar number?
Yes, ma'am.
Please share your mail ID to him or else to me. Anything is okay. Directly you can share to him.
Okay, ma'am.
So fine guys, just complete the task. Everyone is clear about today's task, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we'll stop here. Just try to complete the first task. Rest of the things we will see in the tomorrow session. Is that okay?
Ma'am, Terry, actually, we are not familiar with certain tools like Prometheus.
Pardon me, guys.
Yes. Ma'am, actually, we are not familiar with certain tools like Prometheus and
Prometheus.
Sonar Cube.
Okay. Sonar Cube, Prometheus, you have not familiar. Am I right?
And even Nexus, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So we wonder how to integrate those things while doing project.
Okay. I will discuss once with Shankar sir and will update you. So if possible, we will take the tools here.
Okay, ma'am.
Because that tools, anyhow, in the two projects, we are going to use all the tools.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, the third project, not third, in fourth and fifth project, we are going to use Sonar Cube, JFrog, Nexus, and then Prometheus and Grafana, we are going to use in second project itself.
Actually, we configured those tools, but we don't know how to use and how to integrate.
Configured in the sense, have you configured in Jenkins or?
Yes, ma'am, along with Jenkins.
Okay, fine, no problem. I will discuss once with Shankar sir and I will update you. Is that okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Right now, just focus on today's task. So consider you are actually joined some company and now you got your task. So in today's single day, you need to finish all these tasks, whatever it is mentioned.
Yeah, ma'am.
Fine, guys. Thank you, guys. So some task, like tomorrow, again, ticket will be generated and you will get your second task. Fine.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. We'll meet in the tomorrow's Scrum meeting for sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Have a nice day.